Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. The incident involving Chinese companies in the Netherlands has been ongoing for about a month and remains unresolved. Recently, however, news surfaced online that China and the Netherlands had reached an agreement on Nexperia, based on a temporary coordination memorandum regarding the China-EU rare earth and semiconductor supply chain. However, this temporary coordination memorandum regarding the China-EU rare earth and semiconductor supply chain does not exist, so no agreement was reached between the two sides. In response, China's Ministry of Commerce recently issued a statement on this issue, essentially laying everything bare. The Ministry of Commerce explicitly stated that on September 30th, the Dutch government ordered interference in Nexperia's internal affairs, attempting to forcibly take over Nexperia, and even try to strip it of its equity. On October 26th, it suspended the supply of wafers to Nexperia in mainland China. Although China announced restrictions on Nexperia's exports on October 4th, it has now granted exemptions to eligible exports. However, the Dutch government has not taken any proactive steps to resolve the issue. This action by the Netherlands has not only affected Nexperia's normal production, but also caused disruption to the global automotive supply chain, for which the Netherlands should bear full responsibility. The Dutch side not only admitted its mistake, but also shifted the blame, claiming that the supply disruption to Nexperia's mainland China factory was due to Nexperia's breach of payment agreements. In response, Nexperia issued a public statement revealing the truth. Nexperia in mainland China did not breach payment agreements. In fact, it was Nexperia in the Netherlands that owed its Dongguan factory 1 billion renminbi. Nexperia's wafer supply disruption to its Dongguan factory has severely impacted the overseas automotive supply chain. The Dongguan factory handles 70% of Nexperia's global packaging and testing capacity, and the inability to supply chips on time has already pushed European and American automakers to the brink of production shutdowns. Although the chips supplied by Nexperia are not advanced process chips, their supply and application volume are enormous. According to statistics from the German Federal Automotive Authority, each car contains approximately 500 Nexperia components. Therefore, if the supply of Nexperia chips is interrupted, many automakers will face production cuts or even shutdowns. This is not alarmist, it has already begun. Volkswagen, a top European automaker familiar to China, has been affected by the Nexperia chip shortage. Its Wolfsburg plant has reportedly suspended production of the Golf model. Honda's Mexican plant, which produces 200,000 SUVs annually, has also been forced to shut down due to the Nexperia chip shortage. A single day of shutdown results in losses exceeding $1 million. BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and other American, Japanese, and South Korean automakers in Europe are also facing a chip inventory crisis. Furthermore, due to the Nexperia chip shortage, spot market chip prices have risen by more than 15% in most areas, with some scarce models seeing price increases of up to 25 times. Many automakers are scrambling to find alternatives, but this cannot solve the problem in the short term. It is in this context that China has responsibly announced exemptions for the export of eligible chips. The Chinese Ministry of Commerce announced that the mainland has established sufficient chip inventories to meet the needs of customers until the end of the year and beyond. It urged companies facing difficulties to contact China, as export exemptions will be granted on a case-by-case basis. It is understood that starting this week, European and American automotive suppliers have been submitting applications seeking exemptions from the Nexperia chip export restrictions. The chip shortage crisis facing European automakers is primarily due to the Netherlands' actions targeting Chinese companies. While China is now taking concrete steps to alleviate the crisis, the Dutch government remains indifferent and has taken no proactive measures. Furthermore, Nexperia has issued warning letters to its customers, stating that it has cut off wafer supplies to its Dongguan plant. Until it regains control of the supply chain, it cannot guarantee the quality of chips from the Dongguan plant and advises customers not to use them. European automakers have already experienced production halts due to the Nexperia chip shortage. Instead of addressing the problem it created, Nexperia is creating more problems for its customers. What could have been a mutually beneficial and profitable collaboration has instead become a line with the US in targeting Chinese companies. As a result, although the Netherlands seized Nexperia's headquarters, it found itself without the Dongguan plant's production capacity, plunging European automakers into crisis. Germany is now under the most pressure. German automakers urgently need to resolve the Nexperia chip shortage, so the minister, who previously voiced support for the Dutch actions, has changed his tune and proactively contacted China, hoping to visit and discuss solutions to the crisis. The Netherlands has long enjoyed the benefits brought by Nexperia, and now, by forcibly seizing control of Nexperia on non-compliance grounds, it must thoroughly correct its mistakes. Otherwise, the losses for European automakers will only increase, and the Netherlands should be held accountable. In response, some foreign media outlets have stated directly that China has completely laid its cards on the table, and if the Netherlands does not correct its mistakes, the consequences will be even greater.